Hello BTS lovers! A figure clad in sleek black tactical gear, dangling from a rope high above the ground, the wind whipping around him as he prepares to descend into action. It's not a scene from an action movie, it's BTS's Kim Taehyung, known to millions as V, facing a heart-pounding moment during a grueling military training exercise. In a split second, the unthinkable nearly happens. A slip, a falter, a brush with disaster. Fans around the world hold their breath as news breaks of Taehyung's near miss. An incident that could have ended in tragedy, but instead showcased his unshakable spirit. What really happened on that fateful day? How did Taehyung defy the odds and emerge stronger than ever? Buckle up, because this is a story of courage, camaraderie, and the relentless determination of a global superstar turned soldier. A tale you won't be able to put down until the very last word. The world knows Kim Taehyung as V, the soulful voice and charismatic heartthrob of BTS, a man whose every move is watched by millions of adoring fans. But on this day, he wasn't standing under stage lights or captivating audiences with his signature charm. Instead, he was perched on the edge of a towering building, dressed in the stark black uniform of South Korea's elite Special Forces training unit, preparing for a high-stakes drill that would push him to his physical and mental limits. What unfolded next was a moment that sent shockwaves through his fellow trainees, military instructors, and eventually the global army fanbase. A moment where Taehyung came perilously close to a serious injury, only to rise above it with the grit and grace that define him. It was a crisp morning, the kind where the air bites at your skin and every breath feels sharp and deliberate. Taehyung and his unit were engaged in a rigorous training exercise, rappelling down the side of a multi-story building, a maneuver designed to simulate a stealth entry through a window. For those unfamiliar, rappelling or abseiling, as it's sometimes called, involves descending a vertical surface using a rope, a technique often employed by special forces for rapid, tactical insertions. It's a skill that demands precision, strength, and unwavering focus. Taehyung, now well into his mandatory military service, had performed this drill countless times before, earning praise from his peers and superiors for his adaptability and dedication. But this time, something went wrong. Clad in his black tactical gear, Taehyung stood at the edge of the building, the rope secured tightly in his gloved hands. His posture was steady, his movements deliberate, every inch the disciplined soldier he's become. Below him, his teammates watched, ready to follow his lead. The signal was given and Taehyung began his descent, the rope sliding smoothly through his grip as he lowered himself toward the target window several floors down. For a moment, everything seemed textbook perfect. Then, in an instant, chaos threatened to erupt. Halfway down the building, Taehyung's rhythm faltered. Witnesses later described a sudden jerk in his body, as if the rope had slipped, or he had. His feet, which should have braced against the wall to control his speed, briefly lost contact. For a terrifying heartbeat, it seemed as though Taehyung might lose his grip entirely, plummeting to the ground below. Gasps echoed among his fellow trainees as they watched their comrade teeter on the edge of disaster. One soldier, speaking anonymously, recalled the moment. "It was like time slowed down. We all saw it. He was too fast, too loose. I thought, this is it, he's going to fall." But Taehyung didn't fall. With a strength and presence of mind that defy explanation, he managed to tighten his grip on the rope, his knuckles whitening beneath his gloves as he fought to regain control. His body twisted mid-air, his boots scrambling to find purchase on the wall once more. Seconds stretched into eternity, but at last, he stabilized himself, halting his descent just meters above the window he'd been aiming for. Sweat glistened on his forehead as he took a deep, steadying breath, his chest heaving from the exertion, and perhaps the adrenaline of staring danger in the face down below. His teammates erupted in a mix of relief and disbelief. "Hyung, are you okay?" one shouted, his voice thick with concern. Taehyung, ever the calm soul even in crisis, flashed a thumbs up, his trademark half-smile breaking through the tension. He completed the descent, landing gracefully inside the target room as if nothing had happened. But behind that composed exterior, those close to him could see the flicker of exhaustion in his eyes. A silent testament to the toll of the moment and the hours that followed. Speculation swirled about what had caused Taehyung's near miss. Was it fatigue, equipment failure, or simply the unpredictable nature of such high-intensity training? Taehyung, who has been training with the Special Forces unit for months, is no stranger to the physical demands of military life. Known for his athleticism and stamina, honed through years of BTS's demanding choreography, he's tackled everything from obstacle courses to hand-to-hand combat drills with a determination that's inspired both his peers and his fans. Yet even the strongest can falter under pressure. Some of Taehyung's fellow trainees suggested he might have been pushing himself too hard. "He's always the first to volunteer, the last to rest," one soldier shared. That day, he'd already run through several drills back-to-back. Maybe he was just tired. Indeed, the Special Forces training regimen is notoriously grueling, designed to test every limit of endurance and willpower. Sleep deprivation, intense physical exertion, and split-second decision-making are all par for the course, a crucible that forges ordinary men into elite warriors. Others pointed to a possible issue with the equipment. "The rope looked off," another trainee speculated. "It didn't catch the way it should have. He slipped because it didn't hold him properly." Military officials, however, were quick to downplay this theory. In an official statement, a spokesperson for the unit explained, "Incidents like this can occur during rappelling exercises. 1 second of hesitation, one minor miscalculation, and you overshoot your mark. It's not uncommon, especially under the conditions we train in. What matters is how the soldier responds," and Private Kim responded with exceptional composure. Whatever the cause, one thing was undeniable. Taehyung's ability to recover from the brink of disaster left an indelible mark on everyone who witnessed it. His teammates, initially rattled by the close call, soon found themselves marveling at his tenacity. "He didn't even flinch afterward," one recalled. "He just nodded, checked his gear and said, 'Let's keep going.' That's Taehyung for you, he doesn't give up." The drill continued, and Taehyung completed it flawlessly, descending the building once more with the same focus and precision he'd shown before the incident. His instructors, while maintaining their stern military demeanor, couldn't hide their pride. "He's got the heart of a soldier," one remarked off the record. "Not just the skills, but the spirit. That's rarer than you think." For Taehyung, this wasn't just another day on the job. It was a testament to the man he's become. Stripped of the glitz and glamour of his idle life, he's embraced the challenges of military service with a humility and resolve that have only deepened his fans' admiration. The near accident, rather than tarnishing his image, has become a powerful symbol of his strength. A reminder that even in the face of danger, Kim Taehyung stands tall. As news of the incident trickled out, first through military circles, then to the press, and finally to social media, the BTS army sprang into action, accompanied by an outpouring of love and support. "He's not just an idol, he's a fighter," one fan tweeted. "Seeing him overcome this makes me so proud to stan him." Another wrote, "Taehyung in that black uniform, facing danger head-on, that's our king. He's unstoppable." Fan accounts shared grainy photos and videos purportedly from the training site, though official footage remains under wraps due to military protocol. In one blurry clip, a figure in black can be seen dangling from a rope, the tension of the moment palpable even through the shaky lens. "That's our Tae," fans captioned it, turning a near tragedy into a celebration of his bravery. The military, cautious not to fuel unnecessary alarm, issued a brief follow-up statement. "Private Kim Taehyung is in excellent health and continues to perform his duties admirably. The incident was a minor hiccup in an otherwise exemplary training record. We commend his dedication and professionalism." For Army, those words were a badge of honor, a confirmation that their beloved V was not only safe but thriving. This incident, dramatic as it was, is just one chapter in Taehyung's ongoing military journey. Enlisting in late 2023 alongside his BTS bandmates, he opted to serve in the Special Forces unit, a decision that raised eyebrows given the unit's reputation for its punishing demands. Yet those who know Taehyung weren't surprised. He's always been the type to challenge himself, a close friend revealed in a past interview. Whether it's learning a new instrument, perfecting a dance move, or taking on a role in a drama, he doesn't do things halfway. In the months since joining the unit, Taehyung has reportedly excelled, earning respect not just as a celebrity but as a soldier. From mastering complex tactical maneuvers to building camaraderie with his peers, he's proven that his talents extend far beyond the stage. The rappelling incident, while a rare misstep, only underscores his willingness to push his boundaries, a quality that's endeared him to fans and fellow servicemen alike. At its core, this story isn't about a single moment of peril. It's about what that moment reveals. The depth of Taehyung's character, the strength of his spirit, and the unbreakable bond he shares with those who support him. For fans, it's a chance to see their idol in a new light, not just as a performer, but as a man of courage and conviction. For his teammates, it's a reminder of the brother-in-arms who stood firm when it mattered most. And for Taehyung himself, it's another step in a journey of growth, resilience, and purpose. As the sun set on that eventful day, Taehyung reportedly gathered with his unit for a debriefing, his laughter mingling with theirs as they recounted the drill's highs and lows. The near fall was already becoming a tale of triumph, a story they'd tell with pride in the days to come. And somewhere out there, millions of fans breathed a collective sigh of relief, their hearts swelling with pride for the man who'd faced danger and emerged victorious. Kim Taehyung didn't just survive that day, he conquered it. And that, perhaps, is the truest measure of a superstar turned soldier. Not the fall he avoided, but the heights he continues to reach.